Good morning, Britain. The country's top cop insists than 50 years, but it's until 8:20 when we actually...
And Slade.
And left the room, which she's talked about before. I can do, there's no reason, I have no cause to ban this, and yet seem to want this going ahead. I mean, the Home Secretary has called this a hate march.
I'm sure.
Of course, Winston Churchill and his grandson has spoken out about this, and I literally know nothing about who's going into the jungle, but possibly alongside Nigel Farage. Do we know how much?
That's a lot of money.
There's quite a lot of rumours.
Attention to more serious matters. The COVID inquiry. All the headlines, because there's so much else going on with the conflict. But Boris Johnson did, in fact, say... one of his closest advisors, Edward A. Boris Johnson had said, he didn't say it, he might be injected himself to the public that it did not pose a threat. It's a sign of how unseriously he took. Reasons, perhaps, that's being suggested that he go on to TV and be injected with COVID is because of what John Gummer did, injecting bleach.
Remember that one?
Good morning, Britain. It's just gone at 6 o'clock. When I came in this morning, I thought, I wonder, Ed, whether you're moved by the King's speech, political issue that's got the fire in your belly this morning. Yeah. Actually, it's Susie Quatro, isn't it?
Susie Quatro.
Happy birthday to that particular song.
The can. Oh, my gosh. Devilgate Driver's mine.
Yeah, here we go. But they're all earworms, aren't they? They're all going to stick in your head for the rest of you get to meet her.
When I was 7 years old, she looked unbelievably rebellious. And when you look at it now, it's like watching, she was the same year as Mud, Tiger Feet, had all the same couple, and Gary Glitter.
Of course. Well, she had an encounter, of course, with Gary Glitter where she felt pretty uncomfortable. But she's encountered some extraordinary people, and we're going to talk to her about all of that a little bit later on.
Very, very.
Now, though, at 6:04, our main news this morning, the Metropolitan Police Commissioner has resisted pressure from both the Prime Minister and the Home Secretary and given the go-ahead to a pro-Palestinian march in London on Armistice Day on Saturday. That's when the nation remembers all of those who died in the service of their country. The
Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak, has described the demonstration as disrespectful, and Suella Braverman called it a hate march. But Sir Mark Rowley insisted a ban was not justified because intelligence suggested there was not a threat of serious public disorder. And our chief correspondent liked it.
No.
To have a kind of a denim now looks so mild, but the possession of nitrous oxide, also known as laughing gas, with the intent to get high, becomes illegal in England and Wales today, with repeat offenders facing up to 2 years in prison.
Well, campaigner Kerry-Ann Donald's little silver kind of book...
said when you're 18...
to make whipped cream. But if you have it, possess it, in order to...
it for a high is wrong. In order, we can then go after the supply. Now with Laura.